of the fantasy football league?
No, we won't. We shan't be talking about that.
You guys got real quiet when I started talking about all my winnings.
Yeah. We're just all sitting back waiting for it to collapse.
Yeah, just gearing up for that playoff
Yeah.
downfall. It's the best because I've created a character and a team name to hate where it's the perfect villain.
I don't know if you've really created a character. We all just kind of hate you.
Well, I created Brad Chalby.
You think you did, Dan. we know the 5'3" man behind the mask.
Yeah, I've created a face now that you see every time you go into the app.
No, Dan.
I've created Brad Chalby.
You have not.
Off the backs of your failures, guys.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever had a fantasy football team in both leagues that have performed so poorly week to week that I felt the first time I've been like, man, I kind of drafted really well. Like I feel like I put it together a good team. And then just week to week, it's just nonstop failure. Well, so, and here's the thing too, where Matt is, where Matt is, giving away wins. He's giving away charity wins. I'm giving people the opportunity to score the most points that they're going to score all year.
Yeah, you're giving away like a game of your season.
Basically. Every game, I looked back at my
points against
my schedule. No, it's not even points against. The only thing, because I had that one game that was like a 200-point outbreak.
Yeah.
I'm above points against.
Okay.
But if you look back, every game, the team that I faced has scored like between 120 and 130 points.
Oof.
And it's like, I can't, like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, this week was a catastrophic failure, but like last week, I lose on a last drive Daniel Jones interception.
What?
Yeah, I was facing Dylan, and he had Pittsburgh's defense.
That. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And because they didn't go for it on 4th and 1, they punted away, and I was like, I'm fucked. Because they're going to be throwing, and it's Daniel Jones. He's going to throw an interception.
Oh,
and that's what happens in that, and I lost because of that. Man. It's every week it's something like that.
I'm the same way with my other league. I came out of the draft being very confident, and I'm like, well, soon to be 4-5, but I was 3-5. I was 3-5 coming in, and you know, I kind of gave up and I started trading with like some of the people who were doing well. They're like, come on, man. They're like, you don't need David Montgomery anymore. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm failing this. You know, take David Montgomery, take Dalton Kincaid. And then he gave me some garbage, but I had some backups. And Dalton Kincaid gets a knee injury.
Yeah.
Yes. It just felt good.
Yeah. I mean, my other league I have, it may be the best team that I've ever drafted, and it's unreal how they just don't perform. Like, I scored 86 points because I have Jaden Daniels, Christian McCaffrey, Tyron Tracy, Marvin Harrison Jr., Zay Flowers, Brock Bowers, Nico Collins. Like, I have Tony Pollard and Kenneth Walker.
Oh, that's great. Kenneth Walker. Well, he didn't do too well
he was on a bye this week. Yeah,
he was on a bye, but the week before he didn't do too well either. No, I think he only got like 13 or something.
Yeah, they're just like, they're really good names that just aren't performing. It's just stupid. Fantasy football. This season is like, oh yeah, this is why I didn't play fantasy football for 10 years, because I hate it so much. I really hate it. It's so dumb. Like, these people that mean nothing to me are going to ruin my week. Thank you.
We were talking, us girls in the podcast league talking on Sunday about who takes the league the most serious.
Yeah.
And it was a unanimous going, yeah, Tom does, right? Everyone was just like, Tom takes the most serious.
No way. Not even.
I kind of turned around and I'm like, you know what? I kind of remember like when I was living with you and you used to play video games. And I was like, you were the first person I ever saw that threw a controller ever.
Yeah.
And I went, you know what? It makes sense after I've seen him on video games, and it's another fictional game like characters.
Yeah. I guess unless everybody else really just does not take it seriously, I could take that, but I really don't feel like I take it very seriously.
I feel like Justin's just on autopilot.
Yeah. I was going to put in the chat yesterday, like I'm setting one lineup and that's my lineup for the rest of the year. I'm not looking at it. If I win, I win, whatever.
Dude, that's a good gimmick.
Yeah, just it's a set it and forget it. That's
you know
it.
what? But you're still in playoff contention though, like which it's tough to do that, but it would be great if somebody who was like already just on like the downward spiral, just be like a set it and forget it one that we can check in on every week. I'm calling out to the podcast league. They're listening. They're streaming.
Is anybody in our league really like out of it?
Yeah, that's true. There is a lot of like 5-4 and 4-5 people.
The league is very wide open right now. Nobody like Matt is 3-6.
Okay, that's
and I think he lost this week too.
He's the only one like under like or like more than one game under a winning record, right?
Yeah, he lost, and he is. Yeah, I mean, a couple people are gonna be like 2 games back after this week, but still within striking distance. It's like
it's still anybody's game. Yeah,
I came into this week 4-5 in tied for second place in our division. Like it's unfathomable.
What's up, Twitch Angel?
Yeah, our advanced AI script is back.
ChatGPT has entered our stream for now as we're talking fantasy football to get this podcast started.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. Don't count me out. Mixing for 35 tonight. Sure.
I think he played yesterday.
No, I think did Mixon get traded?
No, he played with the Texans yesterday.
Oh yeah, he did. No, he's talking about. I think he means Kyron Williams.
Okay.
Hey, Matt scored more points than me this week, so there's something there. There's that.
Wow.
I mean, Jaden Daniels had a bad week. That would be like you. My team was like your team if Jalen Hurts didn't push for 8 touchdowns a game.
Could you imagine if it was the other way around, Saquon? Yeah, I would have been done for. But yeah, I saw Saquon just not getting the touches, and I'm like, yes, this is happening.
Andy just punching a screen like a Dallas fan. Yeah. Sorry. That is kind of a good compliment to an advanced AI script.
Man, the AI scripts I'm getting at my full-time job are AI is light years behind us. It's crazy. Death of the tush push. Andy, man, not happening. The tush push is taking me to the playoffs, baby. I'm tush pushing my way to the playoffs with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't see a world where Hurts is stopped. Like he's gonna like they had a game where the tush push got stopped twice on the goal line. They're like, fuck it, run a third time.
Yeah, Pickett did a tush push. I was like, man, he's got that white boy frog butt, man. How are they getting up under that guy? They're just like, ooh.
All right, Dan. Let's what do you say we get this thing started? And
let's do it. We got some good beers lined up, guys. So stick around.
Yeah, we're like Kurt Russell, and we can't escape from Vermont.
Yeah. No, I mean, this is New York now or Massachusetts.
So. Oh, that's right. It's Massachusetts. I always
we can't escape New England. No matter how hard we try, the New England beer scene has infiltrated
from New England.
Yeah.
All right. we say it every time, Dan, but we got to record a new end sequence of that video.
We got to do it, man. We look a lot better. We're a little bit more put together. We're not crawling out of a rock after the pandemic. Yeah.
No, I mean, that was during the pandemic, wasn't it?
I mean, that's when I got my job in 2021. Yeah, we were in the thralls of it. So
yeah, man.
Damn, she really knows how to throw out these compliments, though.
Yeah, she did. She's never seen our. She's never been here for our intro. Yeah, we need to redo that. It's just there was several chins ago.
I'm gonna come in with a tighter fitting shirt now that I got some biceps. I'm gonna be like, oh, hold on, do I hold the beer like this?
The question is it possible for you to have a tighter fitting shirt, Dan?
No. It's not. No, it's not. We checked. What was that? Transformers? Yeah.
We've done the I don't know, the science behind it. I don't know.
We've done the research.
Yeah, we've done the research.
Let's go. Get in.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the greatest podcast to exist in the history of podcasts. It's your internationally acclaimed, Cindy Crawford approved podcast of hops, high fives, and friendship. I am your host, the crispiest of boys, the crowd killer of Crispies. It's Tom.
And I'm your other host, the Hop Master General, the Royersford Rattlesnake.
And Daniel.
Oh, hell yeah. It's Dan.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. We're back. You can tell by my background that we are not on the road to Old Glory.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're back home. Just a quick tour up north. But yeah, we talked about it before the episode started. We can't escape New England when it comes to craft beer. We can't. Just as we get out of the New England area and we go, hey, let's do a What You Drinking episode. What are we going to drink? More New England beer.
Yeah. This one's like, I feel like this one is very synonymous with Vermont, and it's not even from Vermont. Like when I think of Vermont, I think of this beer.
You think of this beer every time. You always say it's from Vermont, I think.
Yeah.
Almost every time we've talked about it, I'm like, I think it's actually from like Massachusetts.
Everything from about this brewery screams Vermont.
But you also make me doubt myself too, because you say it's from Vermont and then I get confused and I go, I think it's Massachusetts. And then I think, oh shit, is it New York?
No, it's Charlton, Massachusetts.
And we go through it. But anyway, we can't escape. We can't escape New England. I started thinking about Escape from New York with like Kurt Russell and Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Get the eye patches going.
Yeah, for sure. But we're back with a there's no theme here. It's
absolutely not.
Random pool. I made a pool from one of the top 2 best album of the year for me, at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this album goes pretty hard.
This is the gym soundtrack right here.
Yeah, this one goes really, really hard. All right, everybody. It is 2020 Hard 4. We are the best friends podcast in the world, and we are starting right now. If the play button would work, we would.
Motherfucker, bang your fucking head!
I stand corrected, Tom. That's the line where I went, is this New E-Town Concrete?
Yeah, that's so I've never looked into this, and I don't know what their name is. Is it Kubla Khan Texas, or is it like Phoenix TX where they're Kubla Khan TX?
I don't know. I always see it on like show flyers with the TX next to it, and I'm not sure if there's like a Kubla Khan from another like region, so they have to put the TX there.
There's Kubla Khan Montana.
Yeah, there's Kubla Khan Bozeman. Yeah, Bozeman.
But yeah, that's off the new Kubla Khan Texas. I'm gonna call him Texas TX. You know what? I'm gonna go TX, like Phoenix TX.
Yeah,
It's off the new Kubla Khan TX album.
absolutely
was-
rips.
Yeah, it's so good. That I would say that is in contention. It's between that and the Bill Murray soundtrack or Bill Murray album for
The
me.
whole Bill, yeah, you've been on a steady dose of Bill Murray.
Yeah, and the new 420cc deluxe version just came out, and it is
It's called the 420cc deluxe edition.
yes, 420 cc's of Bill Murray.
Damn, that album name's got Newport points.
Yeah, that the new one, they added a couple songs to it and goes together really well.
Awesome.
Yeah, borderline a perfect album. But we need to get into some housekeeping here. All right, everybody, follow, rate, review. Give us a follow on all major podcast platforms, wherever you listen to podcasts. Dan, what is that rating?
That rating is 5-star party, baby.
And shoot us a review. If you want to support us non-monetarily, you can shoot us a review. Come on now. Oh, nope, this isn't going to work. All right, so if you want to shoot us a review, you can on Apple Podcasts, you can give us a review. Helps us with the algorithm. And you know, if you don't want to support us monetarily, that's a good way to do it. Take a couple minutes out of your day. If you want to support us, the other way to do it, in maybe the new best way to do it.
Go ahead, Tom. What is this new best way?
Comments on Spotify.
Comments on Spotify. Do tell, Tom. Do tell.
Yeah. So if you are a Spotify listener, you can go and leave a comment for the episode, much like one of our favorite listeners, the Bit, Stevie Johansson.
Stevie Joe.
He left us a nice comment on the Vermont episode, Dan.
What did he say? What did he say?
Nat Geo Kids is back, baby. I got so worried towards the end of the episode that they were going to skip the cryptid. Then I got so bummed that they did a cryptid. That's it. It was a terrible cryptid.
It was the most bummer of cryptids for that episode.
So yeah, you can go on and leave a comment there. Again, it's one of those things, like, take a couple minutes out of your day, leave a comment. We enjoy reading it. It's one of the. It's become the Bit has a new bit. The guy just doesn't.
It's so meta. It's so meta.
He just doesn't stop being a bit.
It's just a bit within a bit.
Yeah, he's just a bit being a bit, acting like another bit,
playing another bit.
Yeah, and if you do want to support us monetarily, there's two ways to do it. One is a link in our Instagram bio. You can go to Instagram at Best Friends Pod. Go into our bio. There's a link tree there. You go. There's a listener support section. Donate a couple bucks to the podcast. Good for you. Helps us out. If you want the best way to support us monetarily, that is, Daniel.
That is sub with Prime.
You have an Amazon Prime account. You can link it to your Twitch. Go on to twitch.tv/bestfriendspod, much like our Twitch angel here. And you can subscribe to us for a couple months for free. You get a little ad-free listening or viewing. And
right now we have a mission. We have a mission with it right now. Did we fulfill it yet?
I don't know. That's a good question, Dan.
Did it happen? We were striving for a number.
Yeah.
For this,
we're at 68 followers. We're looking for one more.
Yeah. Or 1,000 more. I mean, if you got 1,000, that's fine. But if you can get one more from for us, where we can just say nice, and then get like 999 more after that, that'd be great.
And as always, we're a part of the Hopped Up Network. If you like our podcast, they're an ever-growing group of independent craft beer podcasts, much like our own. If you like our podcast, you might like some of the others on the network. Check them out, www.hoppedupnetwork.com. Instagram at Hopped Up Network.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We just haven't made the leap to be like every other Twitch streamer and buy a bunch of follows.
Yeah, we need to invest in Russian bot follows.
Yeah, we need to get into those bot farms.
Yeah, we need 999 more of our Twitch Angel AI.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm looking at our 68 followers still. 68,
Guys,
Dan.
we're on the stream right now. 68 followers. One more follower gets us a nice 69 followers. And then after that, tell 999 more of your friends.
Yeah, it's just a nice round number, nice
It is.
even round number. 69.
It's nice. It's a nice. It's the only nice odd number I think I ever go nice to.
Well,
I don't know about you. When you do like your thermostats and stuff like that, are you an even number guy?
No. I usually go
I thought we talked about this, but
yeah, like
volume of your like stereo and stuff.
TV volume, always an even number.
Yes.
No, I lied, Dan. I'm in increments of 5 on volume.
Ooh, so I too, yes.
Yeah.
I am increments of 5 in living room volume. I am
Okay.
even numbers on drives.
For the air conditioning,
Cabin temp.
What?
The cabin temperature in the old car? Or
No.
just
I'm
air
talking about
conditioner?
AC in the house.
Okay.
I will go pretty much even numbers. It's usually like 68, 70, 72. That's like my threshold.
Yeah.
But the heat, 65 or 69.
I mean, if you're turning up the heat, 69 is the way to do it, Tom.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. What am I going to go to 70? What am I made of money? We don't have that much support.
There's a little Barry Manilow, puts it on 69 degrees. Sets his nest, starts the fire, puts the kid away for the night.
A little Marvin Gaye on, You want
to watch Netflix and eat ice cream?
Yes. All right, Dan, let's get into this beer. So we have an episode featuring the old beer mule.
And this is a good bit. I think we're gonna have fun with this.
We got muled. The beer was muled to him, and then he muled it to us.
Yeah, it was like we were having secondhand mule.
Yes, we have hand-me-down mules.
Hand-me-down mules.
Yeah. But yeah, so he gave us some Treehouse beer, and we are going to be the only one that we have that is a joint beer.
Joint beer, yes.
Is Sleepless Nights. Let me bring this up here. I should have had it ready to go.
Oh, Tom, I got it. You want me to get it?
I got it.
Bang.
Yeah. With these stupid ads on Untapped.
Wait, are you signed in?
No.
Oh, so there's no ads when you sign in.
Oh, yeah, I won't give him that.
You won't give him that benefit?
No, I won't give him that. All right, so we're doing Sleepless Nights. It's a Helles lager utilizing Amarillo sourced from the variety's birthplace, Virgil Gamache Farms. This beer pours a beautiful pale golden color with a tireless white head. On first inspection, classic. But you got to be. I don't even think that was before the podcast, Dan.
No, we didn't get any audio of the.
That was before the pre-stream.
Yeah, that was before the stream of our.
That was just for us.
Yeah, a little just for us tireless whitehead rant.
Yeah,
a lot of giggling, a lot of giggles.
On first inspection, classic biscuit and honey flavors give way to a novel but restrained hop character. The combination of American and German-grown Amarillo leaves a lasting chorus of grapefruit, orange, and lemon on the palate.
Man, lasting chorus of grapefruit, orange, and lemon. I went tireless whitehead to have that description.
Yeah, okay. Sleepless Nights is built on
bro, how was it? I mean, it was a chorus of grapefruit, orange, and lemon. It was a chorus.
Sleepless Nights is built on a traditional malt bill with an exceptionally soft and dry finish that entices another sip. It's a welcome companion for night owls unwillingly burning the midnight oil.
I mean, that's us, Tom. We're here. It's getting late. It's 9 o'clock for us. So
Yeah, this is well past my bedtime, Daniel. I need to be
turning-
right now. I need to be in bed flipping through Instagram reels.
Yep, I'm turning into a pumpkin right now.
We got Dylan popping in,
ooh.
fresh off a Monster Fest or Monster Mash, whatever he was doing over there. All
Convoy.
right, let's give this thing a crack here. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see what this thing is all about.
I gotta say, Tom. So as we're pouring this out, let's preface this this bit that we have here for this. So we were gifted this beer by Mule. He gave us 2 of these, and there you go. The reason why he gave us 2 of these wasn't to be so we could both drink them together. He goes, I didn't like this beer, so I'm trying to get rid of it.
Okay.
He even gave one to Greg, who was sitting at the bar. He goes, "Hey, you want some Treehouse?"
Did you say pumpkin beer? No, Justin, we did not. We said we said Helles Lager. And Dan,
I heard if you say adjuncts 3 times, Justin Hook pops out. It's like Beetlejuice.
Dan, this white head is anything but tireless.
I was gonna say, yeah, yours kind of fizzled out. I got some good tireless white head over here. Look at this. This white head is going the distance.
You're stanging though.
Yeah,
You got some performance enhancing.
I got some
white head over there.
White. I mean, you know what? Just gonna leave it there.
All right, Daniel. Let's see what the Mule hated so much about this.
Cheers.
Pancha.
Oof.
Oh, it's certainly different.
I don't like the grapefruit element to it. Everything else I think is it's a delicious beer until that grapefruit like bitter almost tastes like the inside of the can.
Yeah, it's like a chorus of like kindergartners playing the recorder.
It's like a chorus of 9-volt batteries.
Oh yeah, I get
Very
it.
alkaline. I don't know.
Yeah, I get what Mule was saying here. It's not one that I would go back to. It's not awful.
It's not bad. It's just I know what he tastes in it, and I'm getting it too. But man, on the nose, this beer tastes perfect, or it smells perfect. It smells like a perfect Hell's right on the nose.
Yeah, it's just the taste is off.
Yeah, there's definitely that bitterness, and I'm honing in on grapefruit. I think it's that. I'm not a fan of that flavor. Everything else, though, it's a very well put together beer. That's the only thing sticking out. Everything else seems pretty balanced on the finish.
See, I'm not enjoying the finish. It's like it's got like a dirt kind of finish, like a very like I don't know, like a muddy finish to it.
Yeah, I think it's the grapefruit just like kind of lingering. I'm trying to go beyond the grapefruit, and I do see a nice like malty finish on it. It's definitely like I'm getting some of that. I guess like the biscuit and honey, but it's that grapefruit. It's like having a very like tart like fruit on top of like the biscuit.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not one that I would go back to. Trees are in dirt, living up to the treehouse name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's not one of the better Hells I've had. I feel like they tried to do a little too much with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's not that bad. I think Mule's expectations after going to Bierstadt Lager House are they're heightened.
Well, and also I stopped at Rebel Hill. I made sure you weren't going to be there, Dan. So I made my stop.
Yeah, the only time Tom.
We were all there. Like it was a gathering of the Juggalos at the Rebel Hill, and Dan's like, I'm at Warwick Farms.
Yeah, dude. I was like, man, you know what? I don't go up here often. I'm going to Warwick.
Yeah, and then there was a whole podcast gathering at Rebel Hill.
I know. It was like the whole league except for I think me and Greg, right?
Yeah, Greg. Yeah, we're all waiting for Greg to walk through the door.
Oh yeah, he had to. He saves all his drinking for Eagles games now, so
Okay.
he's not a Saturday boy anymore.
Yeah, I kind of figured that much. Yeah, it was that for me it was like a last minute it was a last minute journey. Because I played golf earlier in the day and I was like, that was my concession. I was like, either go to Rebel Hill or go golfing. And I like ran out, went golf, and then we had some errands to run that got done early, and I was like, well, we need something for dinner. I was like, I can go to Cal Tort. My wife was like, yeah, I'll do that. And I was like, while I'm there, I'm gonna run in and grab a beer with the boys.
Yeah, you had like the exact same we had the exact same crowd on Sunday minus you and Andy Man. So it was like the whole group came back in again and hung out. It was a podcast league filled weekend at the Hill.
Yeah. But yeah, I was talking to Matt there on Saturday, and we were talking about like Treehouse like hasn't missed on a lager. Their lagers, it's very much like how Imprint was back in the day, where it was like they're putting out like really good lagers, but nobody was going there for the lagers. You know, it was like Dan was the one that was going and buying like the Czech pills.
Yeah, I'd be like, guys, you just see these?
But it's like you don't hear anybody talk about Treehouse's lagers.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in like popular, I guess I would say popular craft beer culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, they rarely even miss. Like this isn't even a miss. This is like a grazing. Like they almost hit the target. It just kind of like looped off the target a little bit.
I would disagree and say it's a miss. It's like as far as Helles lagers go, it's like
Yeah.
this is like the last one I would drink.
But if you notice, they didn't even classify it as a Hell's Lager on the bottom. So like they just call it lager.
It's in the, but isn't it? It's in there. Yeah.
It's in the description.
Yeah.
But like if you see all their beers, like you have one over there. It's like the American Pilsner. Like that one actually classifies its actual style there. This one, they're just like, it's a lager. It started as a Hell's and I guess it evolved, but like, it's not in a good direction where it went with this one.
No. Yeah, no, I mean, I can kind of see where Matt is coming from here, where it's not like undrinkable.
Yeah.
But I think from like my conversations with him, it's like their lager game is so elevated at this point that it's like the expectations for a Treehouse lager are a lot higher than they used to be. And it's like you get something like this, and it's not, when it's a miss, it ends up being a bigger miss now, because now it would be like if you had a subpar human robot lager, you'd be like, oh,
what happened? Yeah.
Yeah. Like this is so bad, but in like a normal circumstance, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. You definitely get a little sweetness on the nose. And now I'm getting a little bit further down the glass, like from like what's, the tireless head that's dissipating.
Yeah. This is that tireless head is like it's like a dirty glass Miller Lite in a dive bar.
Yeah, that tireless head is that's definitely tireless Whitehead right there.
It got tired real quick.
Yeah.
My
jaw hurts.
This beer's like it hasn't had Whitehead in a while. Went away real quick.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I mean it's very, like you said, it's overly citrus, and it's not even like citrus in like a bright, welcoming way that you would get from like a normal Helles. Like it's that like bitter mixing with the bitter, that mixed with like the bitter Amarillo hops.
This would be great in like a Ballast Point beer or something. Like if it wasn't lagered and didn't have that like finish that of Hell's, like if this just finished like a Sculpin with this bitter grapefruit, I'd be like, okay, makes sense. All right, got it. But no, it's up front, bitter grapefruit, giving you those West Coast vibes. And then all of a sudden you're like, why am I tasting a biscuit now?
Yeah, this is I mean, it's a miss for me. It's not. I'm not going to bash them. Like it's not. It's not a like. It's not a horrible beer. It's not like I can't. I'm not. I'm not going to drain pour this.
I'm gonna. This is one where I'd be like, yeah, it's a miss, but I'm gonna finish it.
Right. Right. It's
And
drinkable.
yeah, and to be honest, we have fawned over Treehouse's lager program since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like since we started getting them, and I proposed this idea to you. I'm like, hey, I'm going to give you one shitty Treehouse beer that we're going to discuss, but based on like Mule's recommendations, the other two he said are good, and he gave me my all-time favorite to fawn over as well after I'm done this beer. So, we have, we see a miss here, but we also see opportunities with Treehouse, and we've talked about them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like I said before, this isn't. It's not like detrimental to them. Like it's just like a rare. Like this isn't. If they didn't call it a Helles lager, it would be different.
Yeah, if it was a dry hopped lager, I'd be like, yeah, get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. It's just calling this a Helles, and like for us, because we've had so many like elite Helles lagers,
and we come from the land of elite Hells, so
yeah, that this is just it makes it even that much more disappointing.
Like, it offends me.
Mm-hmm.
You call this the Hells? There's no castle on this can. Chuck it.
Yeah. So rare miss. Wouldn't recommend Sleepless Nights, but
I'm not going to lose sleep over this beer. So
no, and I think it's more forgettable than it is bad.
Yeah,
like, I don't think this is one that like it's not like a cardamom beer,
Yeah,
like,
this beer is not going to make me say like, all right, I've officially given up on their lager program.
No, and it's not even something that's like imprinted on us, like something like where this is going to be like a joke of the podcast where 3 years later we're still talking about it. It's like
just a minor inconvenience,
right?
Sleepless
man missed on it. Oh well, on to the next one.
Yeah. Man. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, other than that,
like they went the right direction. Like we said, like
it looks good too. I mean, it was almost there.
If they just didn't put in the description Helles lager, they just said, well, lager. Okay, cool.
A bright citrusy dry hop lager. Get it. I get it.
Yeah.
But you do have the biscuit at the end though, and it's really abrasive with that grapefruit. It's really offensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to wash this down with something else.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I'm done with that.
I'm really surprised that Treehouse hasn't started like shipping down this way.
You know what? I'm both surprised, but also like impressed that they have that amount of money and how they're just like they're doing so well without doing distribution. Like we see a lot of the bigger breweries in our area who started out like Treehouse, and then all of a sudden they're like, we're going to distribute beers. Like you see, like even close to Treehouse, we have Trillium. Trillium delivers down here. Trillium's in the stores.
Yeah,
and like that's a brewery I would put right up against Treehouse in terms of like the time period and the styles that they were built upon.
Yeah,
but like Treehouse doesn't do it, and they're like, hey, you come to us or just near us. I'm extremely impressed with that, more so than I am surprised. When people are just like, it's crazy I can't get Treehouse like I could get Trillium. I'm like, yeah, but man, what a great business model where like you still are going to people are still going to drive for it, and they're still and like the 4-packs, if you go on their website, aren't that expensive in comparison to prices you get at like
No,
a beer store.
no, it's like the exclusivity, like Dylan says here, they see people rack up mileage on their cars to bring it back home. I don't even think they need to get into distribution. If they just offered like how like
Delivery,
like
Trillium.
Aslan does delivery. Like if they did,
Yeah.
if they just did home delivery, where it's like, all right, you have to have like a 4-pack minimum or something like that.
Yeah.
People would be ordering that all the time.
Exactly. It's crazy that they just have that. They still have that. I need to drive like hundreds of miles to get this beer.
Yeah. And that's how we ended up with this beer. Somebody drove hundreds of miles to go get it and bring it back.
Keistered it in their butt, and we took care of it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Somebody went way out of their way to grab this and bring it back, only for Matt to go, yuck, I don't like this.
Yeah. He put these terrible Helles lagers in his ass.
Yeah. Some do 3-4-pack minimum and people will still buy it. Yeah. Like if they did a 4-pack minimum, I would order occasionally.
Dude,
like
it's crazy. A 4-pack of green is like $16.
Yeah.
That's a hazy like that around this area is like 18 for a local brewery.
And I would say, like, especially with like their lagers and stuff and like the mix that they have, it's like, why not? People would definitely be, especially from this area, like Pennsylvania, like South, like Eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York. People would be buying, like, ordering from them.
With how crazy craft beer is in this area, you have to, exactly.
All right. Dan, did you grabbed another beer here?
I have what has grown to be, I would say, my heart is always going to be with Green. Green is one of the best beers I've ever had from Treehouse. But this is my second favorite all-time beer. And this is, within that second favorite, my first favorite variation of this beer.
Okay.
So today I am going to be coming back from Treehouse and back into its good graces with Nomad Oak. This guy. A Czech dark Tmave lager. And now this one is laid to rest in American oak for an indeterminate amount of time to soften its flavor. I mean, this is they said this is the crown jewel of their lager program, and they are 100% correct. This is the best beer they do in their lager program, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was, I remember it being very good. It's hard to miss with a Tmave Pivo. I mean, that would be like devastating.
Even the OG is delicious. Like the non-oak version is great. This just takes it up a notch. And they do it the same thing with their House Hells. They have Wanderer, and then they have Wanderer Oak as well. So they are doing a lot of these oak, like Foder oak aged like lagers, which is awesome. I mean,
so, I'm going to go with a beer I think I saw Matt pre-gaming the episode with.
He was,
the Karen series, Mount Washington. Didn't we see Travis Pastrana run up Mount Washington with a like a WRX or something?
Yeah, he was roaring a Subi up Mount Washington while he was shotgunning a Treehouse beer.
So this is a Pilsner. I guess this is a series. So this series showcases localized malts throughout the Northeast, and each iteration is single hopped with a different American hop. Karen series American Washington utilizes barley sourced from Morrill Farms in Pennacook, New Hampshire, which was kilned into a beautiful Pilsner malt by our friends at Valley Malt. Mount Washington is hopped with Citra from the Pacific Northwest, pouring a pale straw yellow color, exhibits light doughy malt, biscuit, honeydew, melon, and mango. We'll see.
Let's
we'll
hope this
see.
mango and biscuit does not do you
Doesn't do me dirty like the last beer.
exactly.
All right, I'm gonna get a little crack here. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it smells like a foot.
I'm about to enter my happy place right now. Oh man, this is honestly, I'm gonna drink this here, and I'm probably gonna change the 4.75 I probably put on fucking Untapped to a goddamn 5 because this is a perfect beer.
This is a very clear beer.
Oh, I'm drinking Midnight, Tom. Hold on, let me get this bad boy. I have some, I've got some light tan head that is just not quitting right now.
Man, this is a great change from that Hellas that we had.
Absolutely.
Super biscuity. The citrus coming through nice. It gives it like a little bit.
It's not an overbearing citrus that you're getting from it.
No, I get more of like the honeydew, like the melon flavor than the mango.
A little more mellow.
Yeah, this is almost like it's almost like a session pale ale. Like it's very, very flavorful. Like the hops are coming through really well. And it's just, but it's super light and bright. The biscuity, like it's that, like almost got that like Melba toasty kind of like.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah.
You know, that like toasty, biscuity kind of flavor.
You get that a lot with like British ales.
Yeah.
That Melba.
Yeah. Really good.
Oof, this is a beer that needs to be by a fire and just maybe a cigar in hand. Like Nomad Oak is just, it is that fall beer.
Nice. Oh, there you go. Enjoyed that Mount Washington. Almost remind me of Syrah grape. Syria grape.
That's Syrah. That's
Syrah. Well, he spelled it like Syria, like the country. Great must flavor at the end. Yeah, it's got like a very like white winey shrimp and white wine kind of flavor to it.
Oh, shrimp and white wine. Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Citra, really good crop, I guess. I mean, this is like it's not like an overbearing Citra, and like having it single hopped. I don't remember the last time I've had a single hopped Citra lager.
Hey, Juicy Pills. That's a Citra.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had that in years though.
Yeah, it's same. I haven't had that in a few years, but that's the last one I remember of like a Citra one. Citra, hop lager with that.
But yeah, Matt, would you agree? It's kind of, it's very like on the border of like almost like a session pale, like where it's very like crushable, but like super, like the hop flavor comes through really well.
Oh man, I'm just gonna sit over here and dark lager euphoria. My eyes are rolling back right now.
So to break this up a little bit, Dan, mule grease. Dan, have you heard about, I don't know how much you follow, like, like the whole Russian Ukraine conflict still going on, right?
Yeah, I know that it is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
I just see like basically I guess advances and what's the opposite of advances where they detract?
Like retreats. Yeah.
I didn't want to say retreat, but like being pushed back.
Yeah.
There's like advances and they come back, and then I'm seeing, I've been like in a big like YouTube hole on like the drone warfare that's going on over there
Okay.
and like how they're utilizing that. And like
Mhm.
I get into some rabbit holes with that because it just looks like a goddamn video game, like the
Yeah.
footage of it.
Well, I mean, it's some guy like on with a controller, like
It's legit Call of Duty. It's crazy what they're doing with drones.
it's like you see the drone footage of a guy just like looking at a screen, like target eliminated.
yeah.
Like,
Target missed and he throws his controller like Tom
Yeah,
did in like mid-20s Tom when he's playing well I was gonna
MLB
say
The Show.
yeah, MLB The Show was the one, yeah.
Mhm. So I don't know if you heard about this, but North Korea sent troops over to Russia. Have you heard about that?
I haven't heard about that. Man, that's
Yeah.
it's crazy. You got Israel's like or Hamas is looking at like a ceasefire, and then all of a sudden like North Korea's like, well, we got to keep it interesting, guys. Let's go.
So here's the thing: is they didn't send troops to be in battle. They didn't like send like troops over to like fight. So they sent troops. So they sent like a bunch of like missiles and stuff over to Russia to
Was it like
support.
they sent tech support there for him?
Kind of. So
Like
they
IT.
sent,
They
yeah.
sent
So
IT.
they sent the troops over to help Russia operate these missiles.
Because they run on probably MS DOS because they're so far
Yeah,
behind.
yeah. Who the hell knows? Here's the thing, though, Dan. The North Korean troops that have gone over there, this is the first time.
They've been off the island or off the peninsula.
Not only that, Dan, they now have free reign to the internet.
Oh, so this is the first time they're seeing like,
Dan,
well,
they're all addicted to porn already.
I was gonna say, dude, they're just gooning out on Pornhub.
Dan, like I would love for this to be like a bit
Do you have
that
a
I
do you
came up with.
have a chart?
They
All right, Tom. Who came up with this bit?
They immediately came over to Russia, got the internet, looked at their phones, and they went, "We can get what? We can see, huh?"
They're like, oh, what's the Wi-Fi password? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. So, here, hold on.
Do you have a chart?
No, I have an article that I brought up.
Does it have stats? I just need to see the hours.
Hold on. Oh, there we go.
And I need to see what like lane they're in too.
Yep, there you go. North Korean soldiers addicted to porn after getting unrestricted internet access.
See, I want to know. I want to know what like lane they're going in, and I want to know like the hours they're spending in this.
Brother, it's got to be wild what they're looking at.
Dude, it's got to be just no holds barred. They're just like, you know what? What's the most fucked up thing I can find on the internet?
Yes, yeah. Matt brings up a great point. They brought Starlink to like indigenous tribes in Amazon, and they immediately they were like, women don't exist anymore. We have this little rectangle that shows us everything that we ever need to look at.
Starlink's crazy, man. I was thinking about that. You know, when the pandemic hit, people like, you know, left their offices. Some people just left their homes too. Like we have employees that are in like buses that just go around the country and they just log in for meetings.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
and they're just like Starlink in like the middle of Big Sky, Montana, just working.
Look at this tweet. A usually reliable source tells me the North Korean soldiers who have deployed to Russia have never had unfettered access to the internet before. As a result, they're gorging on pornography.
The terms unfettered and gorging.
Dan, I heard this and I was like, they're on Rumspringa.
Dude, this is North
Korean Rumspringa.
Yeah. Oh,
They've
man,
never had this kind of access. They're in war-torn Ukraine, like, you know, like drone strikes and missiles going off all around them. They're like, this is wonderful.
Wait till they feel conflicted because like 80% of the actresses are from Russia and or the Ukraine. So they're not going to know where their allegiances lie.
Yeah. Yeah, wait till they get all of their money taken from some girl on a webcam. This is the you couldn't write this. I mean, you could write it. I mean,
You
it would
could.
write itself, but
Yeah, it has like a Larry David music right after it happens kind of vibe to it.
they're not coming back. They're not going back to North Korea. This is
Well, no, as soon as they get out, they're out. Like that's a big thing on like the 48th parallel. Like people like as soon as they get across, if they're able to, I mean, they're not looking back, man.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Yeah, like you said, it's but it's Rumspringa. You know, Rumspringa. So for those who aren't familiar with Rumspringa, it's
a lot of people haven't been raised next to or raised Amish adjacent, like
Amish
us.
adjacent. Yeah, yeah. So the Amish, I guess it's before like they. Is it when they hit 18?
It's like before they technically enter adulthood and they're supposed to take over the farm, get married, raise a family. They get this choice.
Yeah, so they get to go out into like the secular world and party, have fun, experience electricity, do all like, you know, all the fun stuff that we get to do as our normal life.
Yeah.
And then ultimately they have to make a decision. Do we go back to our Amish life? You know, where they've been spending most of their lives living in an Amish paradise.
Churn butter once or twice.
Living in an Amish paradise, ultimately.
We're all crazy Mennonites.
Or do they like this world so much that they're going to risk, not even risk, but they're going to be shunned from their community. The parents, their family isn't going to communicate with them anymore. Like they're essentially, it's like, you can have fun, you can do that, but there are consequences.
Yeah. Is it worth it? Like you are,
flip it and reverse it. It's hard for them. It's hard for yeah. But yeah, it's like, what do you? The choice is yours.
Yeah,
and most people go back, but this North Korean Rumspringa, do they go back?
Man, could you imagine like what it must be like for them? They're just like, yo, have you seen this chick? Her name's Riley Reed. Anyway.
Funny enough, Dan,
I've dishonored my family with Mia Khalifa.
I've brought the great dishonor.
I don't know if that's an honor system up there. I honestly don't know what's behind that wall. With Mia
Khalifa?
I see, Mia
Khalifa.
I see a lot of sad olive uniforms, and that's about it from North Korea. Like I don't know what the world is for them. What
are they into?
I can only assume it's just terrible. But man, the first glimpse of I guess porn, it's crazy.
Morpheus just comes out with the red and blue pill for the final choice.
It's North Koreans waking up in those cocoons and just unplugging themselves. I know kung fu.
Oh man, yeah, that's wild. That like to think that they would be like, this is what the outside world's like. Like you guys just unfettered. You have unfettered access to all of this all the time.
I don't know what like their budget is too. I was like, are they just like online shopping too? It's just like a bunch of North Koreans in Dixon flannels just fucking hanging out.
You say this is a Bill Murray?
Yeah.
420 cc's, huh? Oh boy, I'm a cranking my hog.
Yeah, I'm a cranking my hog.
In more ways than one.
Yeah. What is freedom to you? A cranking my hog.
Boy, those boys are cranking their hogs.
It reminds me of the South Park episode with Stan's dad, Randy, when he's in the tent when
Mm.
they lose the internet and he's just like
Yeah, the
covered.
ectoplasm.
Yeah.
The ectoplasm.
Oh, ectoplasm.
Yeah, there's a spooky ghost in here covered in ectoplasm.
Just a bunch of North Koreans covered in ectoplasm.
Yeah, when he tried to go out California way.
Yeah.
Such a great episode. God
It
damn.
is. It is a good one. Randy Marsh is the hero we didn't deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just talking about this the other day. Never forget when the interview was going to be released. Kim Jong Un threatened every theater that played it, so they released it to stream at home on Christmas for everyone instead.
It was a great movie, by the way.
It's fantastic.
It is front to back hilarious.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I was trying to think of something really good after that like Seth Rogen has done, and really, I feel like that was his like swan song.
Was that before? That had to be that was before This Is the End.
I think so. I thought it was like after
Yeah,
This Is the End.
No, I think that was before, because that was like the thing that like started that Rogan and what's his face? Who's the other guy in that?
No, that was Pineapple Express started that.
Started that bromance.
Yeah, they started that bromance. No, The Interview is definitely newer, I think, than This Is the End. Let me check that out. And the old IMDb.
Yeah, what year did the Interview come out?
2014. And This Is the End is the other one.
Yeah, I'm looking that up to go off it. That's 2013. So yeah, he came out right after.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I like for me, I like Seth Rogen's done a ton of great voices. He's done a lot of production work, but like that funny like Pineapple Express Seth Rogen, this is where it kind of ended. Yeah. Or no, I would say it was the Christmas movie with him and
I wouldn't even consider that like a great, like that movie was fun.
Yeah, but it was, yeah.
I wouldn't put it as like a great, it was a very forgettable.
It started getting campy there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But The Interview, man, he's got he's out in the woods with the tiger.
Yeah. Yeah. The Interview is really worth going back and watching.
They're just in a tank to Katy Perry.
Yeah. Not you. Oh man.
At least get some water. I didn't pack well for this trip. I packed like a fool.
Oh man. Yeah. Unfortunately, like Seth Rogen kind of fell into that, like he fell in after The Interview is when what's his face? James Franco got hit with like the Me Too stuff.
Yeah, and like Seth Rogen do that like Charlize Theron like Opposites Attract movie or something? Where like he was like the dopey guy, and like Charlize Theron was like the hot chick, and they were like
so it's Knocked Up, basically Knocked Up.
It was like Knocked Up, but like
no, she was like, wasn't it like she was like the president or something?
Yeah, it was Long Shot was the name of it.
Yeah.
That was 2019.
Yeah. And then he got like very like political and like very like into like that like woke movement where like everything was offensive, and he stopped doing that like kind of like stoner humor, and
he was actually been a producer for a lot more things than he's done. Like
which
is great. Which is it's good to see and stuff.
Yeah, he did a lot of like you said, he's done a lot of like voice work on stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he was a executive producer on The Boys. Hell yeah.
Yes, yeah, he has been like instrumental in like some like comic book stuff getting made.
Preacher.
Yes, Preacher
was one.
Yeah, he's been instrumental in a lot of that kind of stuff. Speaking of like voice work and stuff, Dan, we recently both watched a movie that was devastating. A devastating movie. I brought it up at the brewery yesterday
with the podcast league that showed up on Sunday. I
Mhm.
went, yo, motherfucker, seen Wild Robot.
That movie was like the trailer had me like
Yeah, even the trailer just like
Yeah.
I mean it had that it has that Noah Khan music that just gets you all emotional.
I went on like a run of I was like, oh man, I thought Deadpool and Wolverine was on Disney Plus already. I thought it got released to stream
Yeah,
already. And
so did I.
I was like searching for it and I was like, the fuck? And they're like, no, it's still in theaters. Like, God damn it. So I was like, all right, well, let me see if if I can download this thing.
I'm gonna
and
go
put it on
back
the
to my
Plex.
pirating ways.
Yeah. Her, yar, har.
Threw on the old cap and went back to sea.
Yeah, so I downloaded that allegedly. And I just went down a rabbit hole of like, what should I put on the Plex?
Yeah, I gotta watch that Twisters, man. I
haven't watched it yet.
I hear good things on the Stabby Pod actually covered Twisters.
Oh, did they? Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, Twister was, for all intent and purposes, a perfect movie.
Yes, it hits everything you would expect
Yeah.
for, hey, this is a movie about scientists chasing twisters. It's called Twister. Enjoy.
Yeah, it's got Van Halen made specific music for the soundtrack. I mean, everything. It's got everything that you would want. Flying cows, Aunt May's,
Bill Paxton.
Yeah, Aunt May's. It was Aunt May, right? Which it seems weird to say because it's like, no, that's Spider-Man, but
there was
also Aunt May.
But there was also what's his name? I mean, he's regarded as one of the best actors of our
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I mean, Philip Seymour Hoffman was in that.
Yeah, when one of his first roles.
One of his first
as like the stoner storm chaser guy
before
like,
Capote. I mean,
yeah,
this
throwing on Van Halen on the speakers of his storm chasing van.
I'd like to see if it was Twister or Boogie Nights that was his first, because Boogie Nights was up there too.
I'm pretty sure Twister was not his first movie, but like maybe his first like mainstream movie.
Yeah, because Boogie Nights was 97, and then Twister was
that had to be like
96.
Ooh, I was close.
Yeah, those two are real close right there. Oh yeah, Bill Paxton, man, great character, Bill.
Yeah, we had Aunt May's Unbelievable Breakfast.
Oh yeah, is it Meg? Is Aunt Meg?
Aunt Meg, yes,
It was Aunt Meg. I'm looking at her right now. Oh man, Aunt Meg. Oh yeah, dude, she's been in a ton of stuff too.
Oh man, Philip Seymour Hoffman was in Son of a Woman.
Yeah. Dude, Philip Seymour Hoffman has just a dossier.
Nobody's Fool. Yet I think Twister was like his first like real big
I would say mainstream role.
Yeah. But yeah, I loaded up the Plex. If you don't know, I have a Plex server with I think like 400 movies at this point. Solid collection of movies on there, I'd say, Dan.
Oh yeah.
With a select few shared with a select few.
Yeah, I've got you and Greg as my Plex encyclopedias, so I get the obscure like horror from Greg, because he also does like some of the mainstream stuff, but I really watch his for that.
And a lot of pornography.
Tons of 70s and 80s pornography. It's insane. Anyway, guys, give them a follow. It's at Stabby Pod. That's Stabby Podcast.
Yeah.
If you love obscure horror and maybe 80s and 70s porn, and give them a follow.
You DM him and ask him for access to his Plex.
Yeah, and then go through 6 months of trying to set it up with him. And he works in IT, which is crazy.
Wait, what?
Nothing. Him and I kept sending him or he kept sending the file request, and I accept them, and then like he wouldn't accept it in time, so it would just expire. So like we went through this myriad of just like back and forth, and I'm just like, aren't you in IT? Aren't you an engineer, like a programmer?
But yeah, so I I updated my Plex server, and I was going through, and like usually I'll go through and I'll be like, oh, let's look at online, like what's the recent releases. And I saw this Wild Robot, and like it was, Dan, at our very
Yeah.
cores, we are label shoppers.
Yeah, and I mean another Wally looking movie. I'm
Yeah,
so
the
robots.
the movie poster caught my eye, and I was like, well, let me take a look at this. Looked up the trailer. It got me. The trailer alone got
the
me.
trailer got me where I was like, honey, you want to watch this with Isla? I'm just gonna preface this with you're gonna cry. And she goes, hey, stupid robot movie. And I'm just like, oh, come on, it's gonna be good. She's like, stupid robots. I was like,
Has she never seen Iron Giant, Dan?
Iron Giant Big Hero 6? I mean, come on. How would you rate your care today? Baymax?
I mean, I wouldn't put Big Hero. I wouldn't put Big Hero 6 anywhere close. Iron Giant is.
I know Iron Giant is just a cinematic spectacle for us as kids.
That is a wall-to-wall tearjerker.
Yeah, but like as of like currently now with like a kid, like we've watched Baymax and like we've watched The Big Hero, and she's enjoyed that. And I'm like, it's another robot one, and that robot's gonna get a soul, and that's the whole premise about it. And you're gonna fall in love with the robot, and you're gonna cry about the robot. And then she had no idea because I didn't tell her. The fucking robot's a mom, baby. You're gonna cry.
Yeah, it's all about the kid leaving the nest.
I was like, it's a mom. Guess what? It's a mom. As soon as she realized it was a mom,
rattle you to your core.
I looked over and it was just fucking tears.
Waterworks.
The waterworks. She's like mid cry. You didn't fucking tell me it was a mom. just a blubbering F word out of her mouth.
Yeah,
it's a good movie, guys. Yeah, if you're, if you want to get the kid, to sit down to a really nice movie, check out.
Yeah, I mean, even if you don't have a kid and you just haven't cried in a while, go. You need to get some saline out of your eye holes.
That's what I told Greg. I told Stabby. I went, hey, watch it. You're gonna cry. You're gonna feel good.
Yeah. It's relieving afterwards. Vin Diesel's best role is the Iron Giant. No, Triple X. The end.
Xander Cage, of course.
Triple X. The end. End of conversation. Maybe Groot. Borderline Groot. This was a good half beer, half pop culture.
I like
that,
that,
Dan.
And I got to finish on an amazing beer, and it made me feel a lot better now. I was a little upset with Treehouse coming into that first beer, but I'm better now. I've had my Nomad Oak. It's like having my cup of coffee in the morning. Like, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee. I've had my Nomad Oak. Treehouse, you're doing fine. Keep doing lagers. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, we're gonna forget Sleepless Nights ever happened, of course.
Yeah, this Cairn series was really good, super drinkable.
Yeah,
I'm really liking these low ABV, crushable beers. It's good. Life is good, Dan. Life is good.
Life is great. Oof, this is so good. It's the best beer. Best beer they do.
This was just not true to style and just off the mark. Yeah, hey, you missed the first part of the podcast, beer mule, but
catch up on that, man. We weren't happy.
Exactly the point that we brought up.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We will be back next week. I haven't decided what we're going to do yet next week.
We might go back out on the road. We'll see.
We might. There's some feelers out there. So yeah. Tune in next week. It'll be a surprise, I guess. We'll put out something to let you know what's going on. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week with another podcast. This has been Best Friends Podcast, episode 237.
We out.
See. All right. Man, Beer Meal just couldn't comment. He's watching.
He's watching. He's always watching.
Yeah.
He was cucking that whole experience. He was just in the corner watching it. He was in the cuck chair.
I keep I keep looking at I keep checking our messages to see if Against the Grain will get back to us.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
They haven't even seen it.
Oh,
Haven't
yeah.
even looked at it. Haven't even looked at it, Dan. Acknowledge us. Acknowledge us, Against the Grain.
That would be a great episode.
We didn't even ask for you to come on.
Yeah,
We didn't even ask for them to come on. We just asked. All I simply asked was, where can we get this close by?
Yeah.
Why
don't you sit your ass down and read our message?
So Citra asked down. It said that it was available at the stables in Chester Springs. But again, it's like untapped. What do you believe? What do you believe on there? You know,
I'm sure you can get it at like Limerick Beverage. I'm sure I could just walk in there and find Sit Your Ass Down. I feel like it's there somewhere.
I feel like I haven't seen an Against the Grain label in a while.
I used to see it all the time in Wegmans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wegmans was where I used to see it.
Yeah, I feel like I saw that like Frank Smith.
Oh, Frank Smith.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Frank A. Smith right now. Frank A. Smythe.
Old Smitty. I am. I gotta piss.
They do put their beer list online. So I'm gonna look that up. Dan, go pee your pants. Yeah, if you guys I'm gonna get out of here too. I need to shower.
Yeah, I might check out Kunda on Wednesday too when I'm at work, see if they got anything.
Oh, no, Frank A. Smith has 2 Against the Grain Citra Ass Down.
Nice.
All right, Dan. Maybe we do Kentucky next week.
Kentucky.
All right. I will if you remind me tomorrow, somebody remind me. Somebody on here set a reminder for me because I will forget 100%. I'll stop at Frank A. Smith on my way home.
Ooh, okay.
Williams didn't go. I'll tell you, Williams didn't go for 35. Look at me.
I
Shocked.
seen it.
Look at me. Color me shocked. Dylan's going to be a human robot again on Friday.
I saw that.
All right. Might have to have him mule some stuff for us. Do they have Tin Hoagie? That's the question.
Tin Hoagie is what? I heard there's some distribution too.
Really?
Yeah, Tin Hoagie in Harrisburg people have been getting.
Wow. All right, I'll check tomorrow for Citra Ass Down if I can get it. I think we do Kentucky next week.
Sounds good.
Dan, I don't want to keep holding you from I do want you to pee your pants, but do we do a shot and a beer next week?
A citywide,
a Citra Ass Down shot and a beer for Kentucky.
Ooh, for the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah, for the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's.
All right.
I'll text you mid tinkle.
Mid tinkle. All right. All right, guys. Thank you for sticking around for the stream. We will be back next week. We'll see you.
See you.